Oh, you know where I think like speed walking would really come in handy is like if you're trying to go someplace but not trying to raise suspicion.
Yeah.
Like there's a sale at like the Limited 2 and you're like, oh, I don't want the other girls to know I'm
heard that
there
was it's 1998. You heard that there was one Tickle Me Elmo in the back of Kmart in December, and you want to get there quickly, but you don't want the other moms to know that there is one more Tickle Me Elmo.
Yes, that is really where it gets put into practice.
Welcome back. We don't have Tickle Me Elmo here, but we are bringing you another installment of our podcast of the month
he's
series.
kind of like Tickle Me Elmo.
A little bit. He is wearing a fuzzy pink something, and that was a clip from the new podcast, Tactful Pettiness.
Gotta love that name, and we love our next guest. He launched the podcast calling it a personal project. Please welcome back to the GMA3 studio, fitness superstar and New York Times best-selling author, Cody Rigsby.
Oh, thank you so much. What a warm welcome.
We were just talking about that book came out a year ago.
Exactly a year ago, yeah. Paperback comes out next week on the September 10th, so we're excited to get it in more hands.
And you're now doing this podcast with a friend.
One of my best friends.
Who you didn't bring with you.
We know, unfortunately not here today. No, my good friend Andrew Chappelle, who's in Broadway's In Juliet right now. We've been friends for 10 years, and he was living in LA, and we were like, we really need to do something together, and we really want to do this podcast to, get the girls together, have a little fun, have a laugh.
Well, you can't be petty alone.
No, you can't. You need someone to laugh. You need someone to like be petty with.
You need like a sounding board.
Exactly.
Egg you on. And you guys talk pop culture, relationships, self-help, and people reach out to you for all sorts of personal advice. And is that a byproduct of your public nature, your public facing? Why do you think people open up to you so easily?
Yeah, I think if you've taken my Peloton rides, I always give kind of brash, upfront, hard truths that come with a lot of tough love. And so I feel like people want to reach out to that and get advice for the things that are going on in their relationships and self-love areas.
I feel like I was listening to one of those. I became a fan of yours throughout the pandemic, and a lot of your quotes still reverberate in my head.
Good.
Taking care of myself, trying. No, but for you, when you look at this podcast, what do you hope that listeners take away from it?
I just hope that they love themselves a lot more, and I also hope that they learn to not take life so seriously. I think when we let ourselves get in our heads and overthink things, we complicate it way too much, and life is not that deep, and you can have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, the name of it, Tactful Pettiness, would make you think that it wasn't that loving, but...
No, it's kind of like shade with intention. We want our girlies to do well. So, it's fall, things are getting cold, we might start getting lonely, and just remember, just because we're cold and lonely, we don't need to settle, because settling gets you an ugly boyfriend, okay?
There are warm comforters.
There are warm comforters that you won't regret putting on your Instagram grid, okay?
Yeah, you don't want to have to do that last-minute edit of the grid.
Exactly.
Cody Rigsby, thank you so much. Always for a good time. We can always count on you for that, and a good workout.
Yes.
And you can catch Cody and Andrew's podcast, Tactful Pettiness, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also pick up a paperback version of Cody's book, XOXO Cody, available September 10th.